Okay, let me ask you this. When a show kills off a fan-favorite character, does it feel like a gut punch, or a cheap trick? Because Outer Banks just dropped its final season trailer, and the Pogues are out for blood after JJ's death. But here's the thing, I'm not sure if this revenge arc is the bold storytelling choice fans need, or if it's just another trope in a show that's always danced between heartfelt and over-the-top. Let me unpack this. Outer Banks has always been about this ragtag crew chasing freedom, right? Treasure hunts, teen drama, and that chaotic energy JJ brought as the group's wild card. But now he's gone, and suddenly the Pogues are leaning into vengeance. On paper, it makes sense, losing a core member should shake them to their core. But what interests me more is how this shift might expose the show's deeper flaws. Revenge is a dangerous motivator. It's messy, self-destructive, and honestly, a little predictable. Here's what stands out in the trailer: they're teaming up with Rafe. Of all people. The guy who's been a villain, an ally, and everything in between. To me, this isn't just a tactical move, it's a metaphor. The Pogues are so broken they're clinging to whoever might help, even if he's untrustworthy. That tension? It's gold for drama, but it also shows how desperation makes them compromise their values. And honestly, that's the most realistic part of the whole thing. Grief doesn't make people noble, it makes them reckless. Now, the trailer throws a lot at us: Chandler Groff, the Corsairs, the Kooks, basically every enemy they've ever made. It's like the show is saying, let's check all the boxes before we wrap up. But what's fascinating is how this mirrors the real-world pressure Netflix puts on series to stick the landing. 10 episodes, one final push to tie it all together. If they pull it off, this could be a bittersweet send-off. If they don't, it'll feel like a rushed cash grab. What I'm really curious about is the emotional core. JJ wasn't just comic relief, he was the glue holding their chaos together. Without him, are they still the Pogues? Or is this final season about the cost of holding onto a version of yourself that no longer exists? That's the question hanging over all this revenge talk. Because here's the truth, chasing closure rarely works out. And in storytelling? It's the hardest thing to get right. So what's the bigger picture here? Outer Banks has always been a mix of adventure and coming-of-age angst. But this final season feels like a test. Can a show built on wild treasure hunts also deliver a nuanced take on loss? Can these characters grow up without losing their spark? I'm skeptical, but weirdly hopeful. Because sometimes, when a story is backed into a corner, that's when it surprises you. Either way, one thing's certain, this isn't just about revenge. It's about whether the Pogues, and the show itself, can redefine what it means to win. August 20th will tell us if they succeeded.